Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Assets Lifestyles, formerly known as Key Comics Market Watch. I know a lot of my subscribers are wondering why I made the change of the name. I made my last video about being a Lyft driver, and I kind of explained at the end of the video why I changed the name. But if you haven't seen that video, now you'll get your full answer of why I stopped doing comic book videos because most of my subscribers are all comic book viewers and they all about the hobby of comic books. Uh, well, I decided to change the name of my channel because I wanted to do other things besides just comic books. I'm still doing comic books and I'm gonna still make comic book videos, but I also want to do other things. And in order to do other things, I can't keep my channel as just one thing. So that's why having the name Key Comics Market Watch specifically kind of puts me in a box. And I don't want to be in a box. This is my channel, and I want to do other things besides comic books. Comic books is a love of mine, a hobby of mine. I love it, and I'm never gonna stop being a comic book collector. So I'm never gonna stop doing comic book videos. But I do want to make other content. Now, I know it rubs a lot of my subscribers the wrong way when they see other videos that I put up that's not comic book related videos. But I have to say to you guys, I it rubs me the wrong way that you guys are trying to put me in a box. And I don't want to be put in a box. I want to make what I want to make. And I want y'all to still be subscribers of mine. But at the same time, I want you to understand that if I make other videos, it's because it's what makes me happy. I like making other things because I want to make other things on my channel. And I'm just like not understanding what the big deal is because at the end of the day, if you're here for my comic book videos and I put up a video that's not a comic book video, you don't have to watch it. Just don't click it. Just don't watch that video. Just wait until you see me put up another comic book video or comic related video. I mean, just the subtitles just the title of whatever video I put up lets you know if it's a comic book video or not. So if it's not a comic book video, just don't look at it. Just don't you don't have to click it and watch it. Just don't watch it. I mean, I get so many notifications of all the people I'm subscribed to because I watch mad videos on YouTube of other people's channels. And whenever I see a headline or a video that is not interesting to me, I'm not going to watch it, even if I'm subscribed to that person. I just don't watch whichever one doesn't interest me. So I just don't watch it. But I don't unsubscribe from that person because I understand everything they put out ain't going to be for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when they do put out some that is for me, I'm watching and I'm very entertained. And I would miss out on that if I would unsubscribe from their channel because they put up some that wasn't what I usually look at their channel for. So that's why I'm like, why are you unsubscribing from my channel when now when I do a comic book video, you're gonna miss out on seeing me make a comic book video because you unsubscribed because I put up some different type of videos that you just didn't want to watch, which you didn't even have to watch. You just don't watch it. Just wait until I put up another comic book video. It just doesn't make sense to me. I lost like almost 100 subscribers. I was like, really? That's I just was like baffled, and I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, if you've been subscribed to me long enough, if you really watch my channel, I've done this before where I've put up videos of stuff that ain't even comic book related. But if you look at my whole library of videos, you will see that 95% of my videos are comic book related videos. You know what I'm saying? You got that small 5% that doesn't have nothing to do with comic books. So I don't. I mean, you're gonna unsubscribe from my channel because I make this little 5% of non-related comic book videos, and like I said, that's you putting me in a box, and I don't like that. Like that's, and if you want to unsubscribe because of that, then by all means do. You know what I'm saying? It just shows me that you really wasn't here for my channel anyway, because that's just crazy to me. I mean, just don't watch the video that you don't want to watch. You know, unsubscribing from my channel, it doesn't even make sense to me because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna stop making comic book videos. I'm always gonna make comic book videos. And like I said in my last video, I said my next video is gonna be a comic book video. So for my 100 subscribers that unsubscribe, now they're not gonna see this video because this video is gonna be about comic books, about stuff that I just picked up. So, and my next video is gonna be another comic book video. And then after that, who knows? It might be something else that I want to do or a different type of video. But overall, it's still going to be a majority comic books, but it's also going to be other things that I want to do. So that's all I'm saying to you guys that still subscribe to me. Do me a favor. If you see a video of mine, pop up on your notification and it's not comic book related and you don't want to watch that, just don't watch it. Just wait until you get another notification of a video that says comic book haul or comic book something, from me. So, because they'll come, So I do appreciate the people that are still sticking with me. I appreciate you guys a lot. I appreciate my subscribers that didn't unsubscribe. So thank you so much. And for the people that I lost, I mean, like I said, it's no hard feelings. Just you know, I guess you just didn't really mess with me like that. So it is what it is. But thank you everyone. And so let's get this comic book haul started. It's already been 7 minutes. So I'm happy to have gone back to Third Eye Comics. I always go there a lot, and they got the Annapolis main store, which I go to all the time, the big one, and then I also go to the one and the New College Park one. I've gone to that, but that one's really really small. And the other one I like to go to is the one in oh man, I always forget the name of Waldorf, the one in Waldorf, Maryland. So I happened to have gone to the Annapolis store, and they had some back issues. Now there's three back issues in here. Um, Now each one of them was on the wall separate, and what happened, and each one of them had a different price on them, on each one. So I'm gonna show you the price that's on each one when I pull it out this bag. But what happened was, I had told the guy there, I was like, "Can you do $50 for all three of the books?" And he was like, "Well, I'm gonna check and see if I could do that." And he went to the back and he checked, and then he was like, "Okay, I'll do it." And so he put it all in one bag, and then priced it 49.99. So that's why it's all in one bag right now. So I'm gonna take it out the bag, and I also have put the free previews in here. That's why it's kind of thick, even though it's only three books. Is because of the previews. So I'm gonna show the previews first, of course. So I had to get this Marvel free previews. They have the Miles Morales #1 in the back. So I got that. And then, of course, I got the DC Connects preview with Batman and Spawn. So I definitely picked up two of those like I always do. Now, the preview books, like I've said in the past, I always get those because they always wind up having people in here that there's their first appearance in the preview. And a lot of those books have gone up in the past. So I always like to pick these up just in case, and it's free. And what's funny is I remember when I used to first started doing my videos, how people used to laugh at me when I used to show the previews in a bag and board, and they'd be like, "Why'd you put that in a bag and board?" And I'm just like, "Cause I knew." that preview books bring money. So why would you not want to keep it in the best condition possible for the future? Because you never know what's in any of these previews. You don't know what character might be in a preview and it's gonna get hot and go up in value. So I always get those. I always put them in bag and boards. The reason why those aren't in bag and boards is because, like I said, I had it in here and I'm about to put in a separate bag and board. So let me show you the three books that I got. So the first one I got is Firestorm, the Nuclear Man issue. What issue is this? The price is in the way. I forgot what issue. I think it's number. Hold on, let me see. Let me pull it out real quick. What issue number is this? Issue number 24. That's what issue it is. All right, so this is the first appearance of Blue Devil in preview right there. So that's why I got it. Now, Blue Devil is a character that they still haven't shown up in anything in as far as shows or movies. So I'm definitely hoping that eventually he does show up and this book will skyrocket. So this is a spec play. Now I already have a couple of copies of this, and I have the newsstand copies, about three of them. Which during this time it was 1984, so the direct was still less than the newsstands at this time, but it was in 85. It wound up being tied 50-50 as far as newsstand and directs. So this one they wanted 19.99. So once we add up all three books, as you see, all different prices, the $50 was a great deal. All right, then I got also this is the first appearance. I forgot the little kid's name, but he winds up becoming Kid Devil in this book. Not in this book, but this is his first appearance before he became Kid Devil. All right, then I got this DC Comics Presents. Let's see, what number is this one? Forget the numbers. Not only that, it's being blocked. Issue number 46. Issue 46. Now, this is the first appearance of the Global Guardians, which is all them right there. And they're on the cover, of course. Now, these, and this is the newsstand. So, and they wanted 9.99 for that book. Okay, so I got it because I've never had this book, and it's in such immaculate condition. It is a newsstand. Even though this one did come out in, let me see, what year was this one out? I think this one was in, if I remember correctly, this one was probably 81. So the direct market was less than the newsstand at this time, but just happy to get this book. I never had it, and it's a very undervalued book right now, so it's a great time to pick up these undervalued books. And last but not least, the third book that I got was this Firestar #1 shot. This is the first Marvel cover art by Stephanie Hans. It's a great looking cover. I love it. Now, this is a book that I don't see in the wild too often. So when I saw it hanging on the wall and they wanted 39.99 for it, and I was just like, that's a little too pricey. So that the reason why I told them I was willing to pay $50 for all of them is like to knock this one down by $20. So by getting all three of them for 50, I basically paid 20 for this one and still paid the 10 for this and the 20 for the Firestorm. So still paid the regular prices for this, but wound up getting this for 20 instead, which is just a way better deal. Yeah, 40 for this one. Just I was like, that's a little too pricey for me. And not only that, online, most of them do go between the 20 and $30 range. So I was like, I want to pay the $20 range. But it looks immaculate. It could be a 9.8 candidate. Definitely wish it was a newsstand copy because during this time, I think this came out in 2011 or around 2009 to 2010, 11, something like that. So during that time, that's towards the end where Marvel stopped doing newsstands. So definitely wish it was a newsstand, but it's not. And if it was, it would have said it right there. But Definitely happy to have Stephanie Hahn's first Marvel cover artwork, and it's great. So didn't mind. Hopefully, I could get another one of these. But definitely looking forward to getting these graded in the future. Also, I forgot to tell everyone, I have over 100 CGC books on Comic Link right now that's being auctioned off on their auction right now. So go check out Comic Link. A lot of the books I have on there, I'm going to show in my next video. In my next video, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go on my Comic link and show you all the books that I have that's on auction. So check it out and support me. Make some bids. Maybe you'll get some books that you're looking for. Like I said, I finally got some books sent off to get graded and auctioned off because I gotta get my collection down because it's just crazy how much books I got. It's just it's bananas, and I need to start getting rid of some of the extras that I have and some of the collections that I bought a long time ago that really aren't books that I even want, but they was in the collection with the books that I did want. And so it's time to get rid of those books, and I'd rather sell them graded than sell them raw because a lot of them are in high grade, and I think I could get more in them being graded than selling them raw. So check out my next video. That I'm gonna show you all that, and I still have another haul video that I need to show also. So there are more comic book videos coming, you guys. So, but if you see videos of something else, like I said, just don't watch it because you will see more of those too. Just to let you know. All right, so I did get some new books also while I was there. I, excuse me, y'all. I got Batman number what's this? 126. All right, so this is the first appearance of Aiden and Anderson Cobblepot. All right, and it's the first full appearance of Failsafe, which is right there on the cover. And this is the ASM Amazing Spider-Man 316 cover homage. So when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta pick this up. So there are other covers, but this one is the one that I wanted, and I was just like, yeah, I love cover homages, so I definitely would pick that up. And if you know me, I'm not a huge Batman fan, but if it's a first appearance and it's a great cover, I'm gonna pick it up. All right, then I got Edge of Spider-Verse #1. Now this is the second printing. This is the first appearance of Spider Lard and first appearance of Spider Rex, which is right there. And Spider Lard is right there. So two first appearances and this is the second printing. So you know how I am about second prints and third prints, especially if there's first appearances in them. I'm gonna grab them every time because it's a lesser print run. So those in the long run, 9 times out of 10, wind up going for more than the actual first print because they're a variant and is a lower print run. All right, then we got Edge of Spider-Verse #2. Now this is the variant. Now this is the first appearance of the new Spider UK, which is her on the cover. So I grabbed the variant, and they did have the regular cover and a couple other variants, but this is the variant that I wanted with just her on the cover, spotlighting just her because she's the new character. So was very happy to get that. And I was surprised they still had these books there because they was already up to issue #4. So they still had all these other issues that I missed because I had stopped going to New Comic Book Day. Like I said, I've just been doing other things. I had stopped buying books because I got so many. That's another thing. I just got too many in my storage. It's crazy how much I got, and me just buying more is just adding more to it when it's just add more without any going out. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I'm not a huge seller. I'm more of a buyer than I am a seller, and so that's my problem. If I could at least sell at least 30% of what I take in, then it wouldn't be so bad. But I keep almost 100% of everything that I buy. So that's become a problem. Then I got Edge of Spider Verse #3 with the first appearance of Night Spider, which she's on the front, and there's a variant. So once again, I just got the cover with just her on it instead of all the other characters. Um, yeah, and I like this cover, so yeah, I'm always do that. If I could just get the variant with just them on it without all the other characters, I'm gonna try to do that. Then we got issue #4. Now this is just the regular cover. They did have some other variants there, but I didn't like none of them. I actually like this cover better than all the other ones. So this is the first appearance of Spider. No, Sprintrice. Sprintrice, is that how you say it? First full appearance of Sun Spider. First appearance of Bishop Octopus and Queen Mysteria, which they're now on the cover, but this is uh Sun Spider right here. So and then Spintress is not on this cover, so oh well. But happy to get that. And then, so those were the books I bought at Third Eye. Now I went to my hunting hole. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, there's a hunting hole that I go to where it's not a comic book shop, it's not a thrift store, it's not a flea market, it's just a place where I would never expect to find comics. And I talked about this place and I've shown the books that I've gotten from there, which have been pretty amazing. Especially for $1. I've gotten some pretty amazing books out of there, and I'm never gonna tell no one that this place because I'm not trying to give it up. But lately, I will say this: they haven't really been bringing in too many good stuff lately. So I went there to see if they had anything for me to pick up, and I found three books. Now, I will say this: even though I only found three, one of the books that I found is a book that goes between $30 to $50 raw, and I got it for $3. And it's a near mint condition. And let me tell you, 9.8 of this book, and I think this is a 9.8. 9.8 of this book go for over 300, and 9.6s are like almost 200. So even if this is a 9.6, I did very well for $3. So I'll show that book last, but I'm gonna show you the other two books that I got. So I got Iron Man 287. This is a newsstand. That's the reason why I bought it, and it is in excellent condition. Now this is the first appearance of Atom Smasher, which is him on the cover right there. Now every time I see this book, I always pick it up, especially if I don't see no spine ticks or no foes, no nothing. I always pick it up, even though this character hasn't really been, you know what I'm saying? But these characters that nobody's thinking about is always the characters that they wind up just bringing out the blue into the MCU or the show or the movies. You just never think. You're like, what, that character? Okay. So that's why I always grab characters that nobody's even thinking about. So this is the character definitely nobody's thinking about, and I was just like, let me pick it up. And every time I see it, I pick it up. And I was just glad it was a newsstand and it was $1. So very happy about that. Now I'm always happy to find an Image newsstand because Image newsstands are very rare. Definitely do your homework on Image newsstands if you don't know. Now, especially Spawn newsstands. Now, this is not from the Spawn series. This is one of the other. It's not from the main Spawn series. It's from one of the one of the other titles they decided to put out because they was doing that at the time. So this is Curse of the Spawn. So this is #8, but it's a newsstand and it's in great condition. I mean, it looks awesome. Now they did have another one there. It was a direct, and I left that one there because I was like, give me the newsstand all day. The newsstand is the ones I need when it comes to Image Comics, especially Spawn. Now, this is probably out of the whole Spawn, Curse of the Spawn run. I think it ran 30 issues, if I remember correctly, or was it 40? I don't remember, but I think I got about at least 11 newsstands out of that run, different different issues. So hopefully I could get the whole run of all newsstands. Uh, and like I said, all of them, when I pick them up, they're always in immaculate condition, thank God. And the fact that I got a pressing machine now, I can actually press them into better shape. You know what I'm saying? So, but right now my pressing machine is in storage because I got all my books in storage right now. That's another reason why I haven't been making videos because everything is in storage. So unless I pick up some new stuff, I don't got nothing to show. So that's another thing. Now my stuff will be in storage only for a couple more months, and then I'll be able to start doing like videos again. But like I said, that's not gonna stop me from doing other videos, you guys. So, like I said, if you don't want to see them other videos, just don't watch them, but stay subscribed. Okay. All right. All right. So the book I was talking about that goes for some money is this G.I. Joe America's Elite issue number 25, if I remember correctly. And as you can see, I got it for $3. Now, there is a lot of first appearances in this book. Now, this book right here is a wraparound cover. It has all the characters of G.I. Joe that's ever been in comics, film, cartoons, everything, toys. So this cover is very hard to find. It's kind of rare. Um, it's a hard to find book. So when I saw it, and I saw it for $3, I was like, oh, and then I pulled it out and looked at the back and just made sure of the condition. I was a very happy man. I was like, oh man, I even though I only found two other books, this made it. This made I spent like eh, I say at least 45 minutes there looking through all the boxes. This made it worth it, okay, you guys? And that's the thing about hunting is that you might want to spend hours finding nothing. So it's always great when you find something, especially something like this. So I'm gonna tell you everything that this has to it. Okay, so it's the first appearance of Cobra Mortal, is the first appearance of Ghost Bear, is the first cameo appearance of Nullifier, Pathfinder, Sea Slug, uh, Target, which is Targat. It's it's like a it's not one word. It's like period A period R G period G period A, like that. So then we got Astro Viper, and this is the 25th anniversary wraparound cover. So it is issue number 25, and if you see this book, pick it up. Like, yeah. And I only knew about this book because of the Key Collector app. I have to give it to him. Like, I didn't know nothing about this book, but one thing I do a lot is I always go to Key Collector app, and I always go on there, and I actually always see what new stuff he put on there, like the new stuff, new updates. And every now and then I might just go to like the H's and just start. I look at everything that's under the H's, like every title, and I just start looking through it to see the covers and see what the importance of it is and see how much it's going for. So that way, it's already when I'm going hunting, the cover of the book is already implanted in my mind. So like with this book, I had when I saw the cover, I was like, I said, I know I've seen this cover somewhere. And I was just like, this looks like an important book. Let me look it up. And that's what I did. And when I looked it up, I was like, yep, I knew I had seen it on Key Collector app. So if I didn't do stuff like that and I didn't do my research like that, I could have missed out. I would have went right past it and then think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important if you're going to be a collector like that and you out there trying to find key books to consistently update the information in your head. Like you got to consistently see what new stuff is put into the database. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do all the time. So whenever I see some, and every now and then I'll go to the randomizer that he has on it, and I'll just push that and just be looking at all the random stuff all the time, just so I can see if I see some that I haven't seen before, so that way I know about it. So knowledge is power. You know what I'm saying? So when you go out hunting, you can find them. Because you might go out hunting and you thinking you haven't found nothing because you might have skipped over some books that are valuable, but you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't bother to do the research and you go right past it. Like literally, you might have went in a box that had like seven valuable books, but because you didn't know about those books, because you didn't even bother to do stuff like that, just do your research, you went right past it, and you're just like, oh man, I ain't find nothing. And the whole time, the valuable book's sitting in there, but you didn't know because you're too busy looking for the ones that everyone knows about. Like a lot of people don't know about this book. I didn't even know about this book. Like, you know, but everyone's looking for stuff that everyone knows, like Hulk 181, and looking for ASM 300, or Moon Knight #1, or stuff that people just know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why it's good to get familiar with stuff you don't know. So that way when you go hunting, it don't be a big bust. You know what I'm saying? It winds up you still score, So because there's just so many valuable books out there, you're not gonna know about all of them. It's just so hard to know. It's been plenty of times where I found a valuable book and didn't even know it was valuable because until I looked it up. Like sometimes a cover just it'll intrigue me, and I'll be like, this cover looks pretty nice. Let me look it up and see if it's any importance. Wind up finding out it is important, or it just is valuable because of the cover. You know what I'm saying? The cover is just a valuable cover. That's happened to me a lot too. So just do your research consistently. Try to update your brain with different books on a consistent basis. So when you go hunting, you can score every time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not feeling like you just wasted a bunch of time looking for stuff and you didn't find none when really it was there the whole time, but you didn't know. So, all right, this video is long enough, but like I said, my next video I'm going to show the books that I have on Comic Link that I'm selling, that's on auction, and hopefully you guys support and put some bids in and get some great books that I got on there. I got a lot of 9.8s in there. It's a lot of horror books. And right now it's October, Halloween, so it's a lot of like Friday the 13th, Jason stuff, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, stuff like that. All that type of stuff. And then there's of course Marvel stuff, DC stuff. But definitely check out my next video. I'm going to show that stuff. And thank you everyone for subscribing and looking at my videos. And as always, if you're having a bad day, just go read you one of these. And if you're still having a bad day, read you another one of these. And another one of these. Until you're in a better mood and you're in comic book bliss. So yeah, because that's the whole point of these, is to take you away from your everyday life, so that way you could get into something else that could, get you in a better mood, get you in a different state of mind. You know what I'm saying? So go, and take care of your comics too, by the way. Stop being so rough with them. If you're just a collector that just likes to read them, just because you just read them, still stop being so rough with them, okay? Because in the future, if you sell them, a collector's gonna want to buy them, and you messing them up, it sucks for us. We want the best condition, not messed up condition. So don't be so rough when you're reading them, okay? All right then. Peace, everyone.